Good afternoon to all, and good evening to everyone watching from the Indian subcontinent and eastwards. I am Moses from Mumbai, India, and I am the technical assistant on this project. We also have our product designer, Pallavi Rai, who will be joining later for probably the more interesting part of this presentation. So, VEMA is a virtual experiential museum project sponsored by the Ministry of Culture of the federal government here and executed by the IDC School of Design, also known as the Industrial Design Center at the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay. This project is now a permanent installation at National Museum, New Delhi. Uh, the work on this project started in 2018, June of 2018, and concluded earlier this year. This project is also a part of a wider national initiative by the ministry to build such virtual museums for major heritage sites in the country. Okay, so before we move on to a museum, a short introduction of the site is in order. Ajanta caves are a group of 30 rock-cut caves carved out of volcanic rocks. These caves prominently feature the early Buddhist art in the form of large narrative frescoes on their wall. Uh, an example of which we will see in a while. They also have very intricately carved rock sculptures. It has been generally agreed upon that by researchers that the work on the cave started around 100 BCE and went on until the 5th century CE under patronages of various regimes. Um, yeah, the Ajanta caves are one of the first sites in India, along with the Taj Mahal, to receive the UNESCO World Heritage status. Um, Back in the 80s. The caves are quite dark and gloomy and not baroque like the Taj, as you might have known. They aren't generally seen as iconic, but as an archaeological treasure, it rivals the Pompeii of Italy and Petra caves of Jordan and the Tunhuang grottos of China. And like those sites, the artifacts at Ajanta also the artifacts of Ajanta also suffer from degradation due to a lot of human interference. The site is open to the general public and sees peak footfall of almost 18,000 people on weekends, which is quite a lot considering even India. Um, the project began as a documentation project on the work of late Professor Walter Spink of University of Michigan. Walter Spink is a very prominent art historian and researcher on the Ajanta caves. Like, he has been researching on the caves for the last, I guess, 50 years now. This was a documentary project, and data collected during this time uh, provided an inspiration to create an interactive application-based product to make research more accessible. It would be fair to say that the early data collected in the form of very high resolution photographs directly influenced the functional design of the applications that we have at the museums. Um, the image that you see here on the screen is a very high resolution image taken with a 100 megapixel phase one camera. The image here has been taken in parts and then stitched together. And this was a raw image, and it was later brightened to bring out the details in the paintings. This is a large narrative painting depicting a single story from a Buddhist myth. The width of this wall is almost 30 meters, and the final stitched image that you see here is almost 60,000 pixels. High resolution images have been used by our digital artists in our team to create highly detailed line drawings that have been, like, you can see the line drawings here now. Yeah. So if you see, we have also included a lot of stuff that was missing in this one, and it's present here, which is also a part of the research. Like a lot of researchers have studied the paintings and the stories and have guessed what was the best possible case. You can see it on the right panel of the painting beside the right door, which has been colorized here. Such high resolution images have also been used to create detailed physics-based reality textures using photogrammetry. The software we use for that is Reality Capture. The model that you see here is a bird's eye view of the site as a 3D model, and it is a prominent feature at the museum. You can see it on the tablet as an AR model as well as in VR. Four like amongst from the 30 caves that we have here, 4 prominent caves can also be experienced in VR as a Vive setup. As you can see here, the image on the right is a 3D model, a PBR, which has PBR textures in it. The lighting, the lighting is made to match the lighting in as you see on the site at Ajanta. Each one of these caves has very detailed architectural elements like this pillar. I would like to have Pallavi take over from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Otis. I'd share my screen. So this project was not only an endeavor to digitize the cultural heritage, but to also create a virtual experience similar
Pallavi,
to.
would you like to put in play mode so it's full screen? Would that be possible?
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that's
perfect. Yeah, looks perfect. Thank you.
Right. So this project was not only an endeavor to digitize the cultural heritage, but to also create a virtual experience similar to that visitors get at the site. Now that we had the data from the site as Otis covered, and also those scholarly information available to us done by the researchers, it provided an opportunity to go a step ahead and augment the experience with this information. So to realize the exhibit, it was first conceptually laid out in 3 sections, which was the introduction section, the art of Ajanta, and the architecture of Ajanta. Each of these sections comprised of multiple exhibits to create richer experience of aspects of the cave by combining multiple media technologies. So I shall briefly take you through through these sections, and in the interest of time, just focus on the main exhibit. So this is the first section, which is the introduction section. It familiarizes the visitors to the unique topology of the site and the rock-cut caves of Ajanta. Here we have the exhibit that we call 3D Ajanta. It has a U-shaped panorama of the caves, which is made to closely match with the cliff along which the caves were made. This panoramic image acts as a marker for the visitors to track, and which the visitors can experience, with which the visitors can experience the geographical site of Ajanta. As it uses persistent tracking, visitors can also walk around and see the outside of cave in 1:1 scale. So here this application also allows them to enter inside each cave individually and experience the 360-degree view of the cave's interiors. Moving on to the next section, here the visitors understand and learn how to interpret and appreciate the paintings of Ajanta. The large video wall is the projection of the narrative paintings of Ajanta on a scale similar to that at the site. The paintings are the paintings at Ajanta provide a window to the past. Uh, they give us an insight to the material culture and the lifestyle at the time of creation of Ajanta. Using the controller monitor here, the visitors can also see the revisualized section and of the missing portions that Ojas talked about. The application also helps them to interpret and understand the narrative present in the mural, which is not very apparent to the visitors who visit the site. In the third section, the visitors experience the grandeur of the Buddhist rock-cut architecture caves and its sculptures. Using virtual reality, they teleport to the caves and can see them in an immersive experience. What we see onto the right is the view of cave number 24, which is an unfinished cave. It is not easily accessible to the visitors at the site, and on the first sight, it may not seem very impressive. However, this is a very important cave as this cave gives an understanding of how these caves were carved out of the face of the mountain. So to demonstrate to show a demonstration, I'd like to play a video. platform like this not only helps us to preserve our heritage, but to also democratize the access to knowledge of our cultural past. And when I say knowledge, it is not just the explicit knowledge which we can read on internet and on books, but also the implicit and the tacit knowledge which can be transferred through immersive and experiential technologies like these. So our project took inspiration from Professor Sarah Kenderdine's work that was done on Mogao grottos, Dongmang, China. And below we can see a picture from the exhibit at Hong Kong. And with this, I would like to end by acknowledging our entire team of animators, digital artists, photographers, content writers who helped us realize this project. And most importantly, Professor Sumant Rao, who was the principal investigator in this project. He helped us frame the conceptual idea and gave his input at every stage throughout the project. And lastly, we'd like to thank National Council of Science Museum and Ministry of Culture, India, for generously funding us in this project, and National Museum Delhi, where this is currently installed permanently and will soon be open for visitors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pallavi. A wonderful presentation. And this concludes the poster presentations in the DCIO 2020.